if you think about the fact that economists are extremely relevant in competition law cases, what you're going to see with the Digital Markets Act, for which there's no efficiency defense, is that the economists, the train has left the station. It's the Eurostar. The economists are on the platform, right? They can help with SMS, they can help with Gatekeeper, but less so, right? Less so, sadly, with the DMA. The UK, you're either on the bus or you're off the bus. We want the economists on the bus as we go down this new ride, all right? It's a double-decker bus. Like that, there's room for everybody, all right? And we have an efficiency defense in our new digital legislation, all right? So what if the substance, the economic analysis that we're looking at, what if efficiency isn't the substance? What if it's, I'm going to use an F word, fairness? What is it, right? So by the way, I missed two cliches, right? The bus, the train, and a bit fairness, okay? What does it mean? It's not an operating principle. You can't use it to decide antitrust cases, all right? And so the substance might not be efficiency. It may well be fairness. How do we work that out? How do we make that an operating principle? All right. In the film last year, The Substance, with Demi Moore and Margot Qualley, amongst the many issues relating to the toxic nature of body image, et cetera, you're presented with a new product. It's extremely convenient, just one injection. Make sure you use it properly. There's no regulation, might have some toxic effects, especially if you think that human behavior is pretty predictable when presented with something like that. We talked about Ozempic earlier. Now we're talking about the substance. There are films there. You can see the analogy I'm trying to draw here is that there's some toxicity, right? That's all we're trying to address, right? Our Furman report was 80 pages out of 100 about innovation and how everything's wonderful. Nothing to see here. Very, very, very Pollyanna. All right? And the next bit was about why we needed the legislation. All right? So what if the substance is fairness? All right? Now, it's not an operating principle, but once you are designated as a gatekeeper, or in the UK SMS, strategic market status, Toto, I have a feeling we're not in Kansas anymore. Okay? Once you have SMS, you are required to have fair dealing on the platform to avoid exploitation. Yeah, I did that, you missed one. You're required to have open choices with respect to your work. You're required to provide trust and transparency in your services, okay? What does this behoove the agencies, the Digital Markets Act? We need guidance. What the hell does this mean? And even more in the UK, because our bespoke nature of commitments on each platform isn't generalized guidance, is it? And anybody could always say, well, we're different, or we're not in that services area, or whatever. So you need guidance with respect to what does fair trading mean? What does open choices mean? What does trust and transparency mean? And with an efficiency defense, how do you balance the two? So by all means, we're not in a full rule of reason area, absolutely. But George Bernard Shaw once said, all progress depends on the unreasonable man. So, we need them to explain their theories of harm, and obviously they're going to be a little bit richer, a little bit looser than our traditional antitrust analysis, right? So we don't want to be like the EU, moving along without any train tracks, without any operating or limiting principles. We want to try to have some analysis that can help here.